Hi, you guys. I'm Dr. Christy Wise, and today I'm going to answer a few of the questions that have come up this week, and a few things I was chomping on during my run. And what seems to have come up this week a lot is about how and why couples fight so much, or why do they fight at all? And there are a lot of different reasons why, but just for the sake of just a short snippet of my thought. Part of it is that we have unmet expectations. We expect certain things, or we don't always share those expectations, but we have expectations and become very frustrated when they're not met. And we're not always great at asking for what we need, so we try to do things like drop hints or have unreasonable expectations, like, well, they know me, they should know already, without having to ask, or that pride or ego doesn't allow people to ask. So those unmet expectations lead to a lot of frustration, which lead to fights. And along with so many other reasons, the other thing that kind of came to my mind is a lot of couples start fights intentionally because first of all, it increases hormones, stress cortisol in our system. So we feel that lift and that rise, but we use it as a way to connect with each other or to say things that we don't usually get to say. Or a lot of couples just really appreciate and enjoy makeup sex. So, for instance, I have a couple that, they intentionally have created fights through the years because when they have makeup sex, it's the best, most passionate sex um, that they can usually enjoy together. So they create this. Um, but the other is that we sometimes sabotage things by creating fights, and it creates a distance between us so that we don't have to surrender to love or surrender to, feeling vulnerable. And so we create this tension. But for the most part, today I want to talk about unmet expectations and how that builds frustration. And I'm going to tell you that this is not your partner's job to just know, even if they've known you your whole life or have known you for a long time. Um, just like you don't always know what they need or what they want or what they hope for. So it's your job to ask for what you need in terms of your need, not you never, but I'd like. Setting your partner up to succeed, to fulfill your expectations, is a win-win. They get to feel good about fulfilling, and you get to feel good about having it fulfilled. So stop withholding from each other and begin to share so that frustration doesn't build. And for the other couple who enjoys the makeup sex, I get it. I get the passionate, the fiery experience of makeup sex, but you don't always have to fight to have that passionate, fiery, very sexy sex. So, think it through a little bit, because sometimes creating those fights can really leave long-term marks on the relationship. And that's definitely something that will kill your sex life and kill the relationship altogether. So again, communicating your expectations and recognizing what's missing for you, why you're feeling frustrated, and know that it's your job to have your needs met. It's not their job to read your mind. Okay, we do know each other, and we try to be aware and compassionate with our partner, and be proactive in the generous things we do. But ultimately, if you're feeling frustrated, um, you might want to consider sharing that with your partner in terms of your frustration, not what they're doing or what they're not doing or too much of, but what you need and what it makes you feel. Like, for instance, I need to be able to share my day with you completely and feel like it's gotten, because it frustrates me to feel like you're not listening and unimportant. And, and of course, your partner loves you and they want to win. So they'll certainly do a better job at making an effort, especially if you're communicating it in a loving and compassionate way. If you're coming from a place of love, it's so much easier to hear than coming from a place of anger, contempt, resentment, frustration. So I hope that helps, and you continue to ask the questions that you're asking. Make sure you click the button below, and remember, you're not at all fucked. You've got this. Just little steps at a time, and start using your mouth and your language, okay, so that your needs can be met and there could be less fighting. I hope that helps. Bye.